Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning with Cora. Don't you know? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I know I did, yes. I was talking to a good friend of mine, Aunt Polly, and she was telling me what happened in her family at Christmas time. You know, they have this big Christmas dinner, you know, and they were sitting at the table, and she was sitting there, you know, and across from her was her great niece, you know. And she was staring at Aunt Polly, you know. And Aunt Polly took her napkin, you know, and wiped her face thinking she had something on it, you know. And the little great niece stared and stared. Well, Aunt Polly said to the little girl, she said, "Do I have something on my face or, you know, in my hair?" And the little girl said, "No, Aunt Polly, not a thing." And the little girl kept staring wide-eyed at her, staring. Well, Aunt Polly just couldn't handle it anymore, and she said, "Why are you staring at me?" And the little girl sat there, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, "I am waiting for you to drink like a fish." Yeah. Well, I had a great holiday, like I said, but, you know, I wrote a little poem about the holiday season. Yeah, don't you know? So I'm going to entertain, and it might even educate. So let's have a little Folgers here. Good stuff, yeah. This is my poem, "Twas a few days after Christmas." Don't you know? Was a few days after Christmas, and all through the house everyone was crazy, including my spouse. Stockings were piled under the bed. They were supposed to be in the hamper, as I had said. The grandkids were hanging from the chandelier with a sugar high that would last till the end of the year. And Jim in his sweatpants and I in my robe were pulling out our hair. "Go to bed," we told. When outside the door I heard a great noise. I looked out the window and I saw girls and boys. I ran to the door as fast as I could. "Don't steal my Santa, you little hood!" The moon was shining on a big pile of snow. It looked like the abominable snowman from down the North Pole. But it was our neighbor, all dressed in white. He and his family were Yule-bucking this night. A very strange custom at best, to stop at each house and rest. To demand some holiday drink was the reason. I had to dig out the good stuff. It was the season. A toast to the new year is said. A few shots of red-eye, goes right to my head. Next thing I know, we're dressing for the cold, and out the door is the next house, I'm told. We sing a few carols that don't sound too bad, except Jim sounds like he stepped on a duck that was mad. Another few shots help to warm up the night. I look at Jim. I think he's half tight. He staggers and stumbles and comes to a stop. To my amazement, he doesn't spill a drop. He lost his hat that was on his head. He lost a mitten. What else has he shed? Finally, we stumble back to our home. Come in for breakfast. Don't be alone. We'll scramble some eggs and brew up some coffee. I'll bring out the treats, including the toffee. So with our neighbors, we eat, drink, and be merry. The bottles are empty, and Jim we have to carry. I tuck him in bed as the sun is coming up. No coffee for him in his morning coffee cup. The next day, we are both moving slow, taking turns in the bathroom when we have to go. But not a minute of last night would I trade, even with this pounding in my head that I made. Good thing this tradition is but once a year, or I would have to go to rehab, I do fear. A couple aspirin and a nap make me feel better, and I snuggle on the couch in my warm red sweater. So next year for this tradition, I will wait. Julebaking with the neighbors will be my fate. Our good friends and neighbors are always game. But could someone be a designated driver just the same? For although it was great fun, our neighbors to greet, walking in the winter, I froze my feet. My fingers are still numb to the very tips. Next year, a car is a must for this Julebaking trip. Now you all enjoy the holidays and have a good New Year's. And we'll see you in 2013. If the good Lord